Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. I hope you're exceedingly well. I wanted to bring you a Bitcoin technical analysis because I've not done one in a while. And I thought it's very relevant because Bitcoin is the big daddy of cryptocurrency. And at the moment, everything else is following what Bitcoin is doing. So let's get into the technical analysis. As you know, we broke down from that $28,000, $29,000 area on the 13th and 14th of June. And we've been trading in this range for the last couple of weeks since that drop. As you can see, I've pulled a fixed range here. We've got a value area high at 21,520. And right now we're sitting above that value area high, and it looks like we are retesting this as support. Previously, this was acting as a resistance, and I'll put on my levels quickly for you to see. There's my daily level. That was a resistance, and it looks like we are flipping that resistance into support, and that value area is a very, very important area. Of course, we had our POC, range POC at 20,200, and our value area low there at 19,400. So let me turn off these levels quickly and turn off that fixed range and look at what is happening here. I traded this yesterday, and I took a long at 21,500 and took profit at 21,800. So as you can see here, that's right exactly where I took the long, at that range value area high. The other reason why I took the long there is if we pull a fixed range from this current range. Now, you've got to trade a range until it breaks, and it looks like that previous range that we were in, as I said to you, has broken now. And if I pull a fixed range in this little section here, you just turn it on the 30-minute so that you can see. Click on my fixed range. You can actually see the value areas have changed. So my value area low is there at the 21,400 area. So generally, remember, taking a long at the value area low is normally a good thing, depending on if you've got bullish price action or bearish price action. Taking a short at the value area high is normally what you would do. Obviously, we wicked right up to the $22,500 area, but those are the levels that I'm looking at. If we turn off that fixed range and I turn on my levels, there's a level below at 21,000, that $21,100 area. And the question is, why did price not come all the way down to there? And I found the answer. If we go to the 1 hour chart and we pull a fib from that previous swing low to the swing high, that's exactly where the reversal area is. So areas to look out for, obviously, as we go up, we pull a fib down from that high to that low. This is a possible reversal area. Now, obviously, we could trade in this range for the next couple of days. We could actually range over here. So in that case, you can then, on bullish price action, take a long round about these areas, take shorts there if price holds. Obviously, if price doesn't hold, we've got our levels below. We might come back into this previous range that we had here, and that's important to note. Other thing that I saw, which is possibly quite significant, is that we've got a little pennant that is developing here. So if I draw a trend line on the top of those candles there, and a trend line, you can actually draw it from this point there. Perfect little pennant that is developed. So obviously I don't trade solely on just chart patterns, but if this breaks out on a bullish way, generally the target is from the bottom of the kind of flag. You take it to the top of where price has gone to, move it here, and if we have a breakout, we could possibly see price go beyond the $23,000 area. Now that would be very nice. Am I saying it's going to break out completely there? No, we'd obviously have to see what happens on the weekend, what kind of volatility and volume comes in. So let's look at the open interest. Over the last couple of minutes, the open interest has actually been quite bullish, very, very strong, an increase in open interest. And we've had a slight increase in price, but the volume has not been great. Here you can see that we've actually had a decrease in volume. And that normally shows that that's not a strong move. So what I'm looking for is an increase in open interest, an increase in price, and an increase in volume. That will tell me that it's bullish. Would I jump into a trade if price is moving up there? No. I'm waiting for price to retrace to these areas here, 21,400. I've actually got alert set at 21,400 so that when price comes down there, if I see a swing failure pattern, then I'll possibly take the trade long. If I see a swing failure pattern at the top, then I'll take a trade there. So what happens with the swing failure pattern? Let's look at a little bit of the theory. The theory is that as trade or the price moves to the top of the candle and people are getting bullish to the top of that candle, what happens is that the short traders are going to close out their trades above a certain place. And you can actually see it in this wick here. So right here, the people that got overly short, okay, Sheldon, be quiet. The people got overly short at this point here would have closed their trades there. The bigger whales, to get liquidity, they'll put their limit buys in the areas where people will place their stops. When in this case, they're short trades. So the bigger traders would have placed their short limit orders in this area. The people shorting here would have closed out or stopped out their trades there. And that's why you see a very quick wick down. Then what happens, the shorters that came in here and closed their trades out there, see, the trade actually went in the direction that I originally thought. They come back in short, and that's what starts moving the market down. So what I'm looking for is a swing failure pattern below the lows. I'm looking for price to come down below here because a lot of the long traders are going to put their stops there, going to put their stops there, and possibly there. So I'm looking for a wick down to below this area and a fast move up because then I know that demand has come in. Three things you've got to look out for with the swing failure pattern is you've got to look for the stops to be hit. Second, you've got to look for demand to come in. That's when you look at open interest in the volume and a quick wick up. And thirdly, a change of market structure. If there's a change of market structure, you know you're in a good trade, hold the trade because you know you're going to go higher. And the same applies for if price comes to these areas. I want to see a wick above this area or even above these areas here. So that's the way that I'm looking to trade Bitcoin. Let's look at the TPO chart. And at the moment, earlier when I looked, yeah, it's quite a balanced chart. It actually looks like we actually had a failed auction over there at 21,700 earlier this morning. So generally, that means that price is going to move lower down. We could have a tail going up there, creating some excess, but the areas to look out for, very, very much important. We look at yesterday's point of control, yesterday's value area low, and yesterday's value area high. Right now, price is nowhere near that value area high of yesterday of 22,000. But important areas, you can see today's value area low kind of matches with yesterday's value area low. So look out for when price gets to there. Make sure that holds. This is a very, very critical area. And at the moment, value area price is trading above today's value area. So not a good place to long. Again, good place to long would be there. And I reckon a good place to short is to see price come up to yesterday's value area high. If it comes here and we have bearish price action, might be a good place to short, but be careful because I think we could possibly see a couple of breakouts above these levels over the weekend. Looking at the imbalance chart at the moment on the 30-minute, you can just see there's that little flag that I showed you, and volumes are not particularly high at the moment. We've got a little bit of a positive delta, so we're ranging there. But I am certainly going to be waiting for a move before I enter any trades on Bitcoin. And look out for the volatility. Make sure that you place your stop losses very well. Look out for those swing failure patterns. And I hope you have a good trading weekend. I hope you have a successful trading weekend. And obviously, there are a couple of altcoins moving. Maybe if I've got time, I'll do some technical analysis on that. But in the meantime, if you like this video idea, please give me a thumbs up. Give me a follow if you're watching on TradingView. Give me a like and subscribe and hit that bell icon if you're watching on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Be safe.